Layefa, how are you? So today I want to take you to a very famous place, part of London. Let's go.
Doors closing, keep clear of the doors.
Oh my. We are in the heart of Brixton. I literally just got off Brixton station. I thought, seeing as it's the last day, Black History Month, it would be criminal for me not to stop by here, because Brixton has a lot of history when it comes to black culture and everything. I'd love to tell you more about it. I don't know how much time I've got, so let's have a look around. Then I'm gonna have to hop on a train, go back home, and then we can do some more conversing. Brixton has a lot of black history, a lot of black cultural history, and I felt like I wanted to go there and really explore it. Although I didn't get to explore it as much as I wanted to, because mummy duties got a hold of me. So after the Second World War and the UK, Great Britain, it needed rebuilding. They invited English-speaking immigrants from the Commonwealth to come to the UK as labourers to help rebuild Great Britain. According to sources, I can't remember all these sources, but apparently it was really advertised in the Caribbean like, come back to the motherland, as if the UK is the motherland, right? This is where the money is. And a lot of them had the intention of just coming here to work for a while, build a bit of money and go back. That was the intention of a lot of black people that came to the UK. So when the Windrush brought these immigrants over, and if you're wondering what the Windrush is, it was the name of a ship. And it's so funny because I've heard this term used for years. Oh, the Windrush, when the Windrush, I thought it was like a movement, not realizing that it was a ship. And this is just a pure example of what I'm saying, that they don't teach these things in school. There were a lot of stowaways that eventually managed to settle because everybody just wanted a better life. So these immigrants would settle around all the dock areas, so London, Liverpool, Cardiff. When they came to London, most of them settled in Brixton. That's why Brixton is so heavily and densely populated with black people. They migrated from the Caribbean and also from African countries and settled, a lot of them settled in Brixton. And here's a fun fact, my grandfather was actually one of them. He told me that when he first came to the UK in the 50s, he settled in Brixton, and he said to me, he said something very funny. He said, Brixton has always been black, like that's where black people reside. And I think that that's very telling on why so many people that are from overseas, especially America, they love when they come to London, everybody wants to come to Brixton. in my head, I'm like, I don't know why you want to go to Brixton because there's black people all over London, but I can understand now with the history behind it. According to my American friends, it is like the New York equivalent to Brooklyn. Now, I've been to Brooklyn and I don't know if I feel the same way, but I do catch a vibe when I'm in Brooklyn and I liked it. So maybe that's something to be said. My grandfather was one of the people that settled there, and when the UK needed these labourers, most of them were working within transportation, so they were working as bus drivers or working on the railway. Funnily enough, my grandfather is definitely a good example of this. He was working on the railway before he moved on to bigger and better things. I definitely felt that tension of, oh, people don't like me just because I'm from an African country, and it wasn't white people, it was my fellow black people. But that's a story for another day. The Windrush bringing in the Caribbeans, there were also a lot of African students who came to study and possibly go back, and this continued throughout the years. And it wasn't until I think the late 60s, that a law was changed or put in place to really restrict the movement of black people coming into the country. I think there was a lot of tension going on at the time, a lot of racism. So I wouldn't say that's the only reason as to why these restrictions have continued to happen right up until current date. Now we've got Brexit going on, which is a completely different shenanigan, because I notice people always want to know, where do black people live in London? I would tell you Brixton is not the only place, but because of the history that it has, generally speaking, a lot of South London is predominantly black. You've got Lewisham, Camberwell, Peckham, Brixton, which I'm currently talking about. Black people are all over London. Comment below if you are from Brixton or you frequent that area. What are the best spots to go eating? Because I'm a foodie and I think I'm gonna take myself back there very soon. What are the best places to go out for a nice drink? I feel like the core black heritage of Brixton is always under threat, and especially now with Brixton has been heavily gentrified. You've got Brixton Village, which I didn't get an opportunity to visit, but I hear that it's popping there. I don't think it's a bad thing, to be fair. I think it has just added to the culture and made it even richer. I walked through Brixton Market, probably not the best day to go because I went on a dry Monday. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog for you. I hope you've enjoyed Blacktober. I'm assuming that this is going to be the last one. Give me a thumbs up, share, like, comment. If you're new here, please do subscribe. I usually make weekly family diaries and I do sit down chatty videos. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, think smart, work hard, and make it happen. Bye.